Well, is this? I think that's on. I think I've literally named this an impromptu live stream. I didn't plan it. Literally about five minutes ago. Not even about 2 minutes ago. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do a live stream. And underneath, I'm trying to transform blast off. Got two people watching already. Well, hello. That was fat. Three. Already. Well, that was fast. Usually it takes about like, I don't know, like 10 minutes just to get like one or two people. Yeah, that's what happens when you like don't upload for long periods of time, which I have not. I got a few people commenting. Hello. I need to actually share like that there's a live stream going on here. I'll get to it at some point. If yeah, I'm just gonna be like chilling, just talking. If anyone has any questions, I literally yeah I'm transforming. Blast just this morning. I got the Takara Blastoff, Vortex, and Brawl. So even though the Bruticus is absolute dog shit, it's so bad. I did like the unique designs of the Combaticons, and these are figures that aren't based off repaints, which Combiner Wars was pretty guilty of. So I don't know. I like these designs. I think they're cool. I'm from Brazil. Awesome. Wow, this channel's got some reach. Are you plan any plans for Transformers Oblivion Volume 3? Yes. Yes, absolutely. There is a number of volumes planned for Oblivion. I think since 2019, I want to say, since 2019, I have had outlines and treatments for I won't say how many volumes, but certainly a number of volumes. So yeah, it's quite long. I'll say that it's quite long, but I'm excited. I'm just after finishing doing a writing session for volume two. Um, I'm hoping to start filming in the next few weeks because I need to build a set for for the Autobot base because I think I've revealed this already in the poster. It's gonna be a bit of a Transformers Prime homage of where the Autobots are based. It's secret base on Earth called the Watchtower, which I'm very excited about. Which is again a bit of a Transformers Prime reference. So instead of it being something fancy, um, it's just going to be like they're making do with what they have, which is going to be fun. How does someone contact you about voice acting? Um, it depends on like if like you mean like me doing voice acting for someone else or for someone voice acting for the series. If it's for the series, I do have a casting call up on Casting Call Club. Are you excited for Transformers in 2022? It depends what comes out in 2022. Um, because I don't know what's meant to be coming out next year. Isn't there? Is the next movie meant to be next year, or is that the following year? I think the next Transformers movie is meant to be next year. I know they're filming it, so hopefully it'll be next year. I'm praying this next movie is canon to Bumblebee. It's I I really really don't want another Bayverse movie. Um, since those were just cataclysmically bad. So I'm hoping there isn't another one of those. The Last Night was such a long, boring film. A friend actually said to me when we left it, because what, The Last Night was what, about 2.5 hours long, longer? Um, Someone said to me when we went to see it in cinema, he said, "Yeah, he was like, I remember thinking, God, we're an hour into this movie, over an hour, or an hour and a half, and we've only just gotten past what feels like the first act." So it's like, God damn, it was a mess. I think filming has begun. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that they've started filming. The Bayverse died after Transformers 3. That I agree with. That Transformers 1, I enjoy it. I'm quite nostalgic for the first Transformers movie. Because Transformers 2007 is really when I started getting into the franchise a bit more. I'd known some of the cartoons. I knew Beast Wars, I knew Cybertron, but I never really got into like the franchise as a whole. And then I saw the movie, and that's when I got into it. Um, Transformers 2, even though it's not a great film, it's still got some of the best fight scenes. It really does. Like the forest fight, that was amazing. That's my favorite fight scene. And Dark of the Moon, I think at least it had a story, but it's just the fact that, every single Transformers movie has kind of followed the same formula of, here's an artifact that's also coincident, also, uh, just so happens to be coinciding with human history. So, but it's so important that, like, oh, we didn't know about it until now. It's a silly concept, and it worked with the first movie with the Allspark, but it was kind of a rinse repeat for 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that was kind of annoying. One thing I will admit though is Unique Toys' Galvatron is coming out soon. And while I hate Age of Extinction, I love Unique Toys' figures. I have Lockdown, I have their Optimus, I have their Last Night Megatron. I do actually like the Last Night Megatron as a figure. I think it's cool. It's a cool design. Really kind of hints off the whole Megatron Gladiator look. So I like that. I think it's a good design. So I like the Last Night Megatron design. It's just shame that it's an awful film. Let's just hope Peter Cullen is Optimus Prime. Yes. Yeah. I felt so bad for hearing how they treated Peter on Bumblebee. That was awful because Bumblebee was such a good film that I and the fact that Travis Knight is was seemingly quite the Transformers geek, that I was kind of surprised that they did that. It was a bit it was a surprise. I didn't think they'd do something like that, just to save money, I'd imagine. Yeah. It just seems like voice actors really have been getting the shaft over the last few years, and it kind of makes me nervous about, you know, the industry for voice actors in the years to come. One thing I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna share the live stream. Put that down. Oh god. I've completely forgot how unstable uh this brawl is. I had the G2 one for years. I had the G2 deco of the Combaticons. And I mean, honestly, like, look at the detail on this. I mean, this is sick. But oh god, I just forgot how unstable the figure is. Like how hard he is to stand. I'm gonna have to like see if there's some like I don't know shapeways things for the feet or something like that. How do you stand this dude? He was standing perfectly fine like 20 seconds ago. Okay. Just sharing the live stream. Someone else has joined. Hello. Okay. Just gonna share this. Cool. Just sharing my live stream on Facebook. And yeah, cool. I wish you would actually tell me on this, like on the thing there. I wish you would actually tell me who's watching as well. That'd be handy. It's like the way Instagram does it. That would be so handy. Okay. So yeah, I yeah, literally only the other day I found yeah, as I say, I found this guy, this guy Blast Off and Brawl for like £8 each. And then I started getting some ideas and I was just like, yeah, you know what? Um, they look cool. And honestly, like Vortex with the gold and the red just looks so much better than that kind of like matte, tacky blue and red from the Hasbro versions. Like, it was just nuts. Okay, what else can I talk about? Um, I talk about some voiceover stuff as well. If that's any fun. Oh, we got someone else joining now. Hi, hello. Um, I'm very excited about some stuff I'm voicing in this year, which is great. Um, I suppose a lot of people in the community would know about Cybertron Falls. I'm gonna be in that as Cup, which is exciting. Um, I I've that name brand, the guy who makes it, he's been sending me clips all the time, and it looks awesome. So I'd say people are really gonna like it. It is so cool. It's such an interesting story. I'm very excited. I remember like it was one of the first times I recorded something with someone actually directing me. Uh, like that name brand, I had him on video chat, and he was directing me through the whole script, and it was fun. I don't usually do that too often, so it was kind of fun to get like that little bit more professional. Well, not professional, but like that bit closer to being professional and actually being directed. That was great. That was so much fun, and I think that's meant to be coming out the end of the year. I could be wrong. I think it's meant to be coming out at the end of the year, yeah. And I'm very excited. It's so cool. The animation is so sick. Um, I'm really excited. Let's check. Oh, Jesus. And one of the fun. Where did you get your striking marks every time we're talking? Well, the thing is, I got striking noir years ago when he was still around. Um, my friend John sold it to me at TF Nation about 2 or 3 years ago. Whatever the last one was, I can't. With COVID, I just like I do not know. Like, oh my god, text. I'll answer that in a minute. Um, yeah, because of COVID, I just haven't been able to grasp like time passing. I think it was TF Nation 2019. I think. Um, and my friend John is like obsessed with Nemesis Prime figures, and he was selling some of them, and he was just selling his Striker Noir. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy that off you. And yeah, and I think not long after I got him, I was thinking this could be Scourge from RAD. So yeah, have a whole story arc for him in volume two, which is exciting. Volume two is really where things will open up. Uh, I kind of wanted to, with volume one, I wanted to have something small and contained just to be like, hey, welcome to this new universe in a way. And then kind of ease the audience into this kind of I suppose it's a reboot because people were asking me like, is it canon to Constellation? No, no, no. I actually watched Constellation before I started filming volume one, and just to know what not to do. So that's what I did. And so that was interesting. And I was actually quite happy with how the animation turned out, all things considered. Um, I was really happy with everyone who voiced in it. Like, I mean, like everyone did such a good job. But besides me, I never liked my performance, and I'm gonna work on my American accent for Kickover for the next volume. Um, but yeah, it was great. Um, how many people watching this? 4 people. Ah, fair enough. All right. Answer that. So, as I say, if anyone has any questions, just fling them in there. I don't care. Well, I do care. But if anyone has any questions, fire away. Okay. Hello. Hi. Oh my god. My desk is just littered with figures I bought this year. It's ridiculous. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on this side alone. Oh my god. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 16 figures on my desk right now just because there's no room for them anywhere else. Uh I don't know what to ask. That's fair enough. Don't worry about don't worry about it. Um, how about a collection video? I've thought about it, and the only thing is like half of my collection is in a box in my garage. Because some of the figures are either old or I don't either old, don't have space for them, or are broken. But I might do a collection video based on what I have in my house. Thankfully, since my last collection video, I don't even remember when that was. I think it was God 28, 2016 since I did my last one. So thankfully, this time around I have shelves. So I can actually I've organized it a bit. Well, not really, but I think I've organized my shelves kind of on like Autobot, Decepticon, and uh, then I got another shelf where I got like my Prime Autobots, since Transformers Prime is one of my favorite shows, and all of that. I'm starting to notice more comments. Where'd you get your Chrome Dome? Because it looks like Prime Wheeljack. Well, yeah, that's actually that is the Collectors Club exclusive Chrome Dome. Um, I got it off eBay. It's pretty rare. It's kind of hard to find. See, the thing is, because I'd imagine people have seen the poster for Volume Two. Chrome Dome is in Volume Two, and I didn't want to use the Titans Returns one. So just because it felt well, not Cybertronian, but futuristic, and actually, Oblivion is based in the 90s. Well, specifically, Volume 1 is based in 1997, actually. It's not even something that's ever going to pop up in the series, but I just thought I wanted to kind of place this in a timeline of sorts. So I placed Volume 1 in 1997. No particular reason, just for kicks. And I just thought Chrome Dome just looked too futuristic. Well, there is a time jump, which brings us into the 21st century in Volume 2. But even for then, I thought the Titans Returns one looks too futuristic. And okay, the Chrome Dome from the Prime Wheeljack mold is still quite futuristic, but it's hasn't got like translucent wheels and especially a headmaster, which I hate. So it was a no-brainer, which Chrome Dome I was going to use. Do you have any Transformers character you became attached to from any media? I think if there's anyone I got invested in the comics, I'd say for one, certainly Megatron from More Than Meets the Eye, that comic book series. That was an amazing comic. I read it last year during the start of the first lockdown. Um, it was I think More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light, those comics. And they were great. I love Impactor from the Last Stand of the Wreckers series or from the IDW Wreckers series. I love Impactor. Um, I was that again, that's what kind of spawned the ideas for volume one, Kickover and Overlord in Last Stand of the Wreckers. I wanted to see where these characters would have gone if if they both survived. So it was those two. But I'd say definitely Megatron and Impactor from IDW because I loved those characters. I thought they were awesome. Yeah. Okay, yeah, my collection video is 2016. Yeah. Why don't you create a channel account on Instagram? Because I've got too many Instagrams for different things. So, um, yeah, I've got too many Instagrams. I've got a personal one. I've got a cosplay one. I have just one for creative stuff, like, like things I do in college. Um, I've got too many. So I just, it won't bother. Mm. Hey everyone. Hello to the two people who said hello in the comments. Just one sec. I know there's a few more people joining, which is awesome. Hello to everyone who is joining. I can like see it on my screen on the corner of the screen. Got a notification on my own phone that says, "Oh, this person's live streaming." I'm like, "I know, it's me." Trying to think of anything else. Um, there's been a lot of kind of like, wait, is Punch going to be a side character or a character that's just going to appear in that one episode and never again? No, Punch is part of the main cast of Autobots. Yeah, he's part of the crew of the Autobots, which is exciting. Um, I'm trying to get Brawl to stand. God, I forgot how much I hated this dude's feet, but he was so cheap. He was 8 quid. How can you? I mean, look, I will say it again. Just the paint apps on this dude, and it's like I got this guy for 8 quid. I mean, the shiny colors is yeah, you just can't go wrong with that. Um, but no, Punch is a main character. Well, not a main character, but he's an important character. It was really important to me that um I'd take some characters that aren't utilized that well. Like in G1, we barely saw Chrome Dome, we barely saw Punch. I think who else? Kickover is hardly in anything, so I thought it was appropriate to use him. Uh, you probably already answered this, but how long did it take to create Oblivion from concept to final upload? Well, in terms of Volume 1, um, I started planning Volume 1 at the start of 2019. So that's when the initial ideas started buzzing around. Um, or maybe 2018. No, yeah, end of 2018, early 2019. I started coming up with ideas, and I tossed around different ideas for a while. I originally had written an entirely different script for volume 1, which was a bit more like Bumblebee style, where it was Kickover alone with a human, and originally, instead of Perceptor on the team, the Autobot team on Earth was pretty much the same, except it was Ironhide instead of Perceptor, and the villains were actually Striker and Obsidian in that original concept. But I then later on, I'd written like a very long script. It was about 70 pages, and then when I got to the end of it, I wasn't happy with the human companion in it. Um, I tried to go a bit more diverse with a human character. I'd originally the human character was going to be non-binary, which is something that's very important to me. But I just felt like I couldn't do the character justice, so I took the character out, and I decided just to focus more on the robots. And although throughout the series there is gonna be some kind of LGBT stuff, little bits. It's just like because I think having read some of it in More Than Meets the Eye, I thought it'd be interesting, and I've come up with some pretty good ideas. But by the time I come up with the concept for volume one, by the time I'd finished coming up with that, that was about the end of 2019, and then I finished writing it. It was about a third of the length. In the end, it was only you see, the original script was about 70, 80 pages, and then volume one in its entirety was about 35. So in the end, it was a lot shorter, but I thought for a first volume, it was fine as it was. Mm. Hey, Imagine DX. Oh yes, hello. LGBTQ plus. Yes. Um, the way this will work for some characters, for some very specific characters. Um, there are some characters that are LGBT that just aren't in that place yet. That they're not ready to fully. open up about that side of themselves, and it's a very real thing. So, and I heard another creator put it that way, Monty Ohm, who created Ruby, which I'm a huge fan of. Um, and he said something very similar about certain characters, that there are certain characters in the series that are LGBT, but they're just not in that place yet, that they're ready to be open about their whatever it is they are. So we are gonna see it, but it's gonna be subtle until we just go all out. But I'm excited. What lead you want to do LGBT non-binary? That again, the non-binary character was originally a human in what was meant to be a standalone thing for Oblivion. But I just felt like, while I understand it uh, very much, I understand being non-binary. I just felt like I couldn't do it justice. And having read back over it, the final script with this non-binary character, I just, yeah, I felt like I couldn't do it much justice. So I thought, you know what, I'll just take this character out because I don't want to. While I don't want to unintentionally offend anyone either. So I thought, okay, I leave this out. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to have more LGBT characters in the series, because there are definitely more of them. So I'm excited for that. Is Scourge going to be created on Earth, or has he been on Cybertron and just looks like Optimus? There is see, because I have a whole document somewhere which I just scribbled down character ideas and just ideas I have for the series. It's an excruciatingly unorganized little file of just ideas that, like, it's not sectioned off. There's no, here's the section for characters, here's the section for stories. No, just anytime I had an idea, I just bullet pointed it, and it's just a document full of bullet points of ideas, and it's quite long. It's about, well, not long, but it's about 15-20 pages of just ideas. Um, yeah. And things that didn't make the cut either. Like there's a few deleted scenes from volume one, which got cut at the last minute just because they didn't fit. But yeah, Scourge is going to be, there was meant to be a spin-off uh little thing. Uh how do I describe this? There was meant to be a little short story, little short film about Scourge and how he was created. But then I thought I might leave it open to interpretation, because I don't want to delve into certain things that aren't ready to be delved into. So I'm leaving that be for the time being. I may get around to it at some point. I would love to do something on Cybertron, because I loved doing that little scene at the end of volume one. I was so happy with how that turned out. I did the right thing. I say leave them until you can better show them off and do the character justice. Yeah, exactly. I just felt like I couldn't do this character justice, so I thought it'd be better to kind of step back from writing a character like that until I feel confident enough that I can do it right. Okay. As someone who's currently writing season stuff, is there any advice you can give me in regards to writing character development episodes? Not really. I wouldn't say I'm in any way good at giving advice about writing. I'm very confident when it comes to shooting stuff. like with especially in the last volume with cinematography, because I've been studying it for the last couple of years. So I'm more confident in the actual shooting of things, shooting the actual episodes than I am with writing. I kind of, cross my fingers and hope for the best. Um, I'd say if there's anything I can say about writing for the characters, is that just make sure you know every single inch of the character before you start writing a character central episode, because it's so easy to lose track of where your character is going. So I say if it's a character central episode, I think just make sure you get to what you want to do. Pro tip: have an end game plan for the character. Where do you want them to go in life? Where do you start? Then build off of that. Exactly. That's ironically, I have had the end of Kickover's character arc planned since before volume one was even finished. I know exactly where our characters are going to end up in the end, and it's I'm hoping I make it that far. If not, like if I can't finish the whole series in an animation, I'd either do it as I would just make a video describing what would happen, like a kind of a story time type thing, or I do it in a script reading with some friends or something like that. Regardless, I would get this story out because I've been planning it for too long. Are there any Autobots going to be LGBT? Oh yes, oh yes, absolutely. Um, I'm not going to say who, but I'm certainly going to tease which characters are. And I think some characters I'm gonna be pretty upfront about it, and others I want it to be a bit of a slow burner. I want it to develop over time, which I think will be quite fun. I've been quite excited about it because I've never really written um, LGBT characters before, so I'm very excited about it. Just like I think it's given that Chrome Dome is an LGBT character. I mean, because he's very much based off of his IDW counterpart. So Chrome Dome is LGBT. Um, there's a lot of IDW inspiration brought into these characters. So I'm hoping if I don't get the series out by the end of the year, because what I'm planning on doing is I plan on shooting starting the shoot of two in the next couple of weeks, and then I kind of have an idea that I'm hoping to finish one chapter a month, hopefully, maybe even sooner, and hopefully get it out by Christmas or have it released the same time next year, around April. Why did you use Kickover as main character? I just felt like Kickover was kind of like a blank canvas. There is next to no source material on this character besides Last Stand of the Wreckers with Overlord. So, oh, excuse me. So I felt like, okay, this is a character that, well, for one thing, the figure is awesome. So I thought, okay, this is a character I could build off of. And based on what happened in Last Stand of the Wreckers with the Gladiator Pit and Overlord, I thought, okay, I've got a backstory for the character. So I just felt like, okay, this. this is gonna work. I can make something with this character. And I personally, I've wanted to do that for a long time. I've wanted to use Kickover because of his backstory in Last Stand of the Wreckers. So, it was nice to finally get it out there and kind of have my own spin on the character. Being a bit more, the character is a bit more juvenile. I think some things that like he's a bit of a tech savvy. He's very intelligent. He's very tactical. And he's very observant. So I'm excited to kind of see him come into his own a bit more because in the first volume he was quite angry and aggressive and bit of PTSD. So it it'll be nice to have Kickover lighten up a bit in volume 2. He really does lighten up in volume 2. So, it'll be nice to have Kickover kind of like, just kinda get a bit more buddy-ish with the characters. He's definitely younger than I'd originally anticipated, but it's it's fun. It's just fun to play around with a character that doesn't have that much source material, because then you can do whatever you want with them. Will he have any relationships? I can't say. Um, Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Um, there may be something, but you will have to wait and see. It's he will definitely have someone as the series goes on. Um, so yes, if you know Chrome Dome, then you know he's large because he is boy. Yeah, there is definitely references to Rewind in in the series. Um, it's not really a spoiler to say that, like, yeah, Chrome Dome is in this, but Rewind isn't in this. But there will be some context to why Chrome Dome is in the Watchtower and why Rewind is not. So there'll be some context to that. But long story short, yes, Kickover will have someone. I can't say how or who, but it's gonna be interesting. Um, and as I say, it's like maybe it's a relationship that's already been established, or maybe it's gonna be a new one. I can't say, but I'm very excited about it. And because I'm again a big Ruby fan, and seeing them tease us with character relationships for years on end, don't think I am not gonna do the same thing. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. And um I'm gonna I've been planning it for so long that like hopefully it pays off. Gotta go, Mom. Yeah, we'll be back. Keep up the great work. Glad to see you're over your dislike towards her accent. Yes, I remember stuff from 8, 9 years ago. Glad someone remembers that because I don't. I do not remember that at all. But thank you for joining. Um, yeah. Um, I'm actually kind of a bit more normal. Um, I was so glad that APC made an RC, specifically the pink one, because I was trying to find the New York Comic Con one because I wanted an Earth mode RC, but I didn't want the I didn't want to use the Generations one because obviously they're based on Earth and she is a Cybertronian mode, so or a futuristic car. So I thought I'm gonna I'm gonna try to look for that, and it just so happened that APC made a pink and white version. So yeah, I think there's not many people here, but one thing I might do is I might reveal the first three chapters for volume two. So I can't reveal the oh I got a text. Oh God. Um I'm not gonna say what the other three are because it's just a massive spoiler. Let me see. Because again, this isn't much of a spoiler, and I'm probably going to reveal them at some point since I've had them ready for so long and I've had the outlines for so long. So, yeah. So, the first three chapters, all in all, there's six chapters in volume two. Originally, it was meant to be five, like last volume, but I came up with some ideas and I thought, okay, I'll add in one more and leave it at that. So, chapter one is called The Ties That Bind. Chapter two is called One Man's Treasure, and chapter three is called Ratchet Does It His Way. So those are the first three chapters in volume two. Um, volume two is definitely going to be a bit more episodic. Um, Again, I've been watching a lot of Transformers Prime recently, and Beast Wars. So they'll be quite an influence, all in all, on this new season, which is exciting. My Instagram's been going off. Oh God. Anyway, so yeah, those are the first three chapters for volume two. So the ties that bind, one man's treasure, and Ratchet does it his way, which is which that title's an homage to a comedy that I like, just because I thought it was a good title. Um, yeah, as I say, the episodes are more episodic. They're a bit less. While there's one cohesive story going through the whole thing, the episodes are a bit like contained. There's different things happening in each episode. It's not like one linear story. It's a bit more like, okay, this is gonna happen in this episode, but then this happens in this one and all that. So it'll make more sense when it comes out. Um and they're gonna be longer as well. They're whereas volume one, all of them were under 10 minutes. They most of them were between 5 and 8 usually. These are going to be between 12 and 15, so they're a bit longer. And I'm pretty excited about it. Um, I want to do more stuff off a green screen instead of everything being on the green screen, just because that is so much work to animate. So Ratchet does it his way should be an episode of Ratchet doing stuff kind of like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, with Kickover and everyone else doing things either in the background or off screen. Well, that is a very it's a very Ratchet central episode, and again, Ratchet is actually a character, yeah, character central episode that um we delve more into why Ratchet is quite cranky and not much of a laugh. So delve into that a bit. Transformers Animated has actually influenced a lot of the series, specifically this volume. Transformers Animated has a lot of influence. Um, I'm quite I'm excited to see where it goes. Um I've been planning it for a long time. I've been conferring with other people just to see what they think. And so far people have been pretty optimistic. So that's great. So yeah, it's well past midnight my time, so I am gonna end this here. I've been almost doing this for an hour now. So this has been great. So thank you to everyone who tuned into the live stream. I'm very grateful. And you guys gave me some great questions. And I will see you guys next time whenever I do another live stream. And I think next time I do a live stream, I will publicize it a bit more. So thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.